It's time to dive beneath the surface and into the minds and hearts of your favorite celebrities and pop culture icons. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hey guys, what's up? You're watching Up and Adam. My name's Adam Newell. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm the guy bringing you guys all the weekly interviews and recaps from your favorite celebrities and pop culture influencers. But for those of you who do know me, you know that that's not why we're always here, right? Guys, if you haven't already, go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell because you guys don't want to miss anything we have coming up. And I guess with that being said, let's jump right into it. So guys, we are back with some Braunwyn news because, you know, we all know that Monica from All About the Tea came on and dropped some major exclusive news right before the Real Housewives of Orange County Season 15 Part 1 reunion, right? Monica came on and said that Braunwyn allegedly offered booger sugar, the white powder, that substance that people put up their nose. I don't want to say it on here, but allegedly offered this to a minor, that minor being Shannon Beador's daughter. Now, what actually ended up playing out, or the edit we got and what Kelly Dodd and the other housewives are saying, is that it wasn't actually that it was something called Molly water, allegedly, or somebody said that it could have been alcohol. What we do know, because we don't actually know what the substance was, but what we do know is Braunwyn put her number into Shannon's daughter's phone as cool mom. Nobody else was present for the conversation except for Shannon's, at the time, 14-year-old daughter and Braunwyn. So there were no witnesses, nobody to say what actually was or was not said. A lot of people did ask, why didn't Shannon's daughter come forward and talk about this sooner? And why didn't Shannon bring this up if it was so long ago? Well, what Shannon said was her daughter didn't want to get anybody in trouble or seem like she was tattletaling on anybody. So she didn't actually come forward and say anything for quite some time. And then when Shannon found out the news, she didn't want to necessarily share it with Braunwyn because Braunwyn was going through her own sobriety journey, and she didn't want to set Braunwyn off in any way. Now, a lot of people didn't actually like that answer because they were thinking, if that were my kid, I don't care who would be going through what sobriety journey. Did you just offer my kid an illegal substance or even alcohol when my kid is 14? A lot of parents would have a big problem with that. So whether it would be Shannon condoning it by not speaking up, allegedly, or if it would be Braunwyn who would actually be engaging in the act, allegedly, then, you know, neither one of those would be okay. That's not okay for a viewer to watch as a parent who's going to get so frustrated and not be able to relate to these women. Braunwyn actually said in an interview with Bustle that this year she saw a dark side, a really dark side to reality TV that she had no idea that existed. Braunwyn went on to kind of recap where she was at the time that she was approached for a role. It was back in 2018, but she was a stay-at-home mom. She was a stay-at-home mom who was drinking way too much. This is what she said, that she was dealing with alcohol abuse problems. You know, her husband was off working. She was a house mom in the OC. And then when she was approached, which a lot of people say technically she went out there fishing for it by Instagramming Real Housewives of OC on all of her photos that she was, I guess, taking when she was out and about in Newport. I'm not exactly sure how that story or how her casting came about, but we need to get that scoop. Who knows? Maybe Monica from All About the Tea knows. Actually, she probably does know, so we'll go ask her. Braunwyn did go on to admit that when she was younger, even before the alcohol abuse issues that she's experiencing now, she was just very adventurous with trying things. When people would give her stuff, she'd be like, yay! You know, like she would take whatever was put in front of her, and she put herself in some very dangerous situations. She admits that. But other things she admits to is being a part of activism for a long time. She said that she marched in the Black Lives Matter movement in Miami. She marched to save Laguna Canyon back in 1989. She's pretty much letting us know she has been an activist for a long time, because a lot of the women went on to say in this reunion that they feel like she's constantly having paparazzi show up wherever she is, and she's doing any sort of activism work. She's always doing it for a photo op. She always posts about it on social media. And some fans are like, yeah, what else do you want her to do? This is her public platform. Why wouldn't she share what she's doing? But the other housewives feel like, you know what? We don't share it. We do our part, but we do it from behind the scenes. So we don't need to throw it in everybody's face the same way that Braunwyn does. This is where we have that sort of divide. Now, a lot of fans of the Real Housewives of Orange County wanted to know after the reunion and finding out the scandal that happened with Braunwyn and Shannon Beador's daughter. They wanted to know what her future looks like on future seasons. She hasn't obviously come forward and said anything. And like Kelly Dodd said, contracts have not been given out yet. The producer went on to say that this season was so unique in so many different ways, but probably because it feels like it's a to-be-continued season. He also said Braunwyn may have gotten a lot of criticism from fans this year, but also in another way, people are just starting to kind of find out who the new Braunwyn is and where she's at in her journey. So they want to see the continuation. However, for Braunwyn, it's not going to be that easy. She's not really technically sold on this whole idea of coming back to the Real Housewives of Orange County, or so she says, when, mind you, the other housewives would totally disagree. They think that Braunwyn is completely fame hungry, that she'll do anything for some camera time, her own show, a photo op, or the attention. They say that she loves the attention. So maybe this is just a threat, but she said that she's not sold yet on the idea of returning for season 16 of the Real Housewives of Orange County. Braunwyn said that my castmates talk at me, talk about me, but they never talk to me. She then added that she takes accountability for everything that she's done, and she's admitted to some really hard things. However, she finished with, but knowing the truth and knowing what people are saying, I give up. I am waving the white flag and I can't keep doing this. Give up. Are you telling us something? However, when it comes to what happened with Shannon's daughter, she did finally speak up, even though she did apologize and said, I am so sorry, Shannon, as she was crying on the reunion floor. She did say, part of being sober, part of her sobriety is taking accountability for everything. That especially means for things that you said while you were drinking. She added that there are stories that she needs to hear to help her keep sober. Braunwyn said, I apologized at the reunion and I reached out afterwards to Shannon and Stella because she wanted to make amends and apologize to Stella, but Shannon said, no, that won't be necessary. Shannon said that would make Stella uncomfortable, and Braunwyn said she respected that because Shannon's the mother. However, they are kind of pumping up the idea of Braunwyn coming back because what they're saying in these interviews and what they're putting out there in the universe is the fact that if Braunwyn comes back, this is going to be one of the most exciting chapters of her life because she is sober. She does have a girlfriend now. Her girlfriend comes over and has dinner with her husband. She doesn't want to divorce her husband. She wants to stay in the same house with everybody. Now Sean's allowed to date, but he can't bring them over unless he's serious. But when he's serious, then they're going to have a problem because there's a little bit of hypocrisy in this unconventional relationship. And I don't know if you just kept up with all of that, but for me, it's a lot. So I don't really know where to go from there. But Braunwyn said that she's already experiencing some sort of awkwardness, I guess. People looking at her funny in Newport Beach because she's walking down the beach and she's holding her girlfriend Chris's hand. Braunwyn said that she didn't realize how much homophobia is still around until it's directed at you. And that's something that she's still trying to get used to. All right, guys. Well, that's about it. But with that being said, I'm just curious what you guys think. Do you think that since the producer's already speaking so highly of Braunwyn that we're probably going to end up getting her back? Do you feel like it would have been appropriate for Braunwyn to be able to have that moment to apologize to Stella? Or did Shannon do the right thing by not exposing Stella, even though now she's 16, she's still a minor, to that conversation with Braunwyn? Also, do you guys agree with the fact that this would be the most exciting chapter yet to watch on the Real Housewives of Orange County? Or do you think that the Real Housewives of Orange County at this point should probably just take their time, take a step back, recast, and like Andy said, reboot? Because mind you, if you guys missed it, Andy tweeted out reboot after Meghan McCain said, let's just cancel this franchise, especially after some people were boycotting it because of Kelly Dodd. And now people are upset over the Shannon Beador and Braunwyn situation. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens. But I always read your comments. I know exactly what you guys are saying. So make sure you comment below. Let me know. And if you haven't already, hit that like button. Go ahead, subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell because you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Thanks for watching Up and Adam.